Hello, good evening everyone. My name is Sheila Hipe, and today I will share with you my business journey about our lumpia. It was prophesied many years ago that God would prosper me through our lumpia, but somehow it took a while for me to really embrace it, simply because I would always say, God, I don't like cooking. Ayoko po talaga. Anything that has something to do with cooking, ayaw ko. So, when my mother got sick, I was forced to exert more effort in knowing how to cook lumpia. It was only when she passed that I took over fully. I was left with no choice since it was our bread and butter. From a hesitant cook, I began my cooking by asking God everything, to be with me as I cook, to make it taste good. I would sometimes even ask Him, how many sugar should I add? Because I was so afraid that our old-time customers would say, hindi na siya kapareho ng lasa katulad ng dati. Or maybe they would end up comparing how it tasted with my mom and how it tasted with me. So I was so conscious of that. During the height of the pandemic, since we had COVID too, me and my auntie and my father, we stopped doing lumpia for about 4 months. Then when we finally resumed, I asked a WK from architect Marie Amistoso Patadlas on what to do, because the orders coming in are few and far between. I was instructed to lay over our lumpia and write Bible verses on every order sent out. So slowly our sales went up. There was an instance wherein I received a phone call from a new customer, and she said we were recommended by Chef Myrna Sigismundo, who, according to her, was our customer. Now, honestly, I am not privy on who orders from us, but out of curiosity, I checked who is this Myrna Sigismundo. So what I saw from Google, she is an executive at the Philippine and Hotel Restaurant. So in other words, big time pala siya. So to make the long story short, from that single recommendation from a chef, we had a single day order of 300 pieces of lumpia from one village in New Manila. After that, a few months passed. I again sought another WK, thinking na maybe God has a new strategy for me. So this time around, it was Larnie who gave me 3 instructions. My question then was, how can I increase my sales even more? So Larnie gave me 3 instructions. Number 1 was, do not post on Marketplace. Number 2, just text your regular customers 2 to 3 times a week. And number 3, cut down your production days to 2 to 3 days a week. Buti na lang, sanay ako sa mga weirdo na WK. Imagine if it's your first time now to receive such. You are asking for an increase of sales and then ang sasabihin sa'yo ay huwag ka mag-post sa marketplace. Bawasan mo din yung araw ng production mo. So, in the natural, it would look, ano ba yan? Ba't ganun? But then, I followed. Simply because I believe. And in my mind, to borrow the term that young people use nowadays, si God lang ang sakalam. And iba yung, as young people would say it, iba yung galawan ni God. So, after following his Larney's instructions, what happened was, whereas before, it was hard to reach 100 orders in a week, now I average 200 to 300 orders a week, spread out in 3 days. There are so many instances that really surprised me on how God would bring people to order from us without advertising, without posting on marketplace. Like just recently, somebody knocked on our gate and I came out and was surprised. It was a Grab delivery driver. And I thought to myself, wala nang orders, anong kukunin nitong taong to? And when I asked him about his concern, he said, "Ma'am, kayo po yung nirekomenda ng isa kong hinatiran ng order. Meron hong gustong mag-order sa inyo, pinapakuha ang address." I mean, ano namang makukuha niya doon for him to make an extra effort, a Grab driver, to go to our place just to ask for our phone number and if he could place an order on how to order. You know, only God can do such things. And sometimes I would also receive a knock on our door and bigla na lang, ay, hindi namin kayo matawagan. Matagal na namin kayong hinahanap. Mag-order kami para sa ganitong-ganyang araw. I mean, kung hindi nila mahanap yung phone number namin, it's such an effort to drop by our place just to order, di ba? Parang marami namang pwedeng puntahan dyan sa labas. But no, hinanap kami. So that to me is God's favor, supernatural favor to us. Iba yung market strategy ni God. And truly, sakalam siya. There were also days that our lumpia orders would come in very slow. Sometimes, I already have ordered ubod 10 kilos. Usually, I order 10 kilos. For you to have an idea, 10 kilos would make around 130 pieces of lumpia. And there was one weekend wherein my order for the next day is only around 30 pieces. And I was just sitting on our couch and I was talking to God. I told him, Lord, I have 10 kilos on my refrigerator and that can make 130 plus lumpia. But my order for tomorrow is only 30 pieces. And I would say, gawan mo ito ng paraan, Lord. Ayokong may mapanis. Ayokong may ma-stock, may masayang. So, what normally would happen I would just wait for about 2 to 3 hours, and then sometimes our phone would ring or I would receive a text message. And this actually happened from Turkey, and after talking to God, Lord, I need more orders because it's just 30 pieces tomorrow. You have to make way. After talking to God, our phone would ring and then one order would come in. I need 50 pieces for tomorrow. And then I would receive a text. I need another 30 for tomorrow. So that particular day, I ended up receiving 150 orders. And it did not happen like the day before. It just happened a few hours before going to sleep. So in other words, kahit maiksing time lang ang meron ka and you need it for the next day, God will see you through because He did in my case. God is really good. Well, it's just beyond words what He can do for you and for me. There are so many faith-filled Bible verses that we can see, but this one from Isaiah 65:24 is what spoke to me. And it reads, I will answer them before they even call to me. While they are still talking about their needs, I will go ahead and answer their prayers. This is the word of the Lord. Thank you for letting me share.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך. יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה. יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace.